Hi everybody. This week I have Miss Brooke here with me. She's chilling out. She is going to be 10 weeks old and she has started almost laughing. She does that thing, when babies laugh. She smiles. I don't know if she'll do it. But she is extremely interactive. She likes to stare at stuff. She likes to stare outside. She wants to sit up right now. She keeps trying to sit herself up. So, yeah, that's Miss Brooke. She's my baby. But let's see. This week, I wanted to talk about basically... well, this week has been really a rough week for me. As you can tell, I'm very sunburned. Don't go out in Arizona sun and try to exercise. I want to talk a little bit about your post-pregnancy body. Before I got pregnant, I was never a size 0. I had actually lost about 70 pounds before I got pregnant. And I had finally started to feel good about my body again. And so I was feeling good. I fit in jeans. I looked good. I was actually feeling confident enough to wear dresses. I just felt confident. And as I got pregnant, I felt even more confident, and I wanted to not get stretch marks. I wanted to have the perfect round belly, and let me tell you right now, there's no such thing as the perfect round belly. I had a round belly. I don't know if I can show pictures, but I had a round belly. I had unfortunately, stretch marks are extremely genetic. If your mom had them, you're gonna get them. And my mother had them. So I got them, but I did not realize that you can get them all over. I thought they were just strictly contained to your belly. They literally go from hip to hip. I have them all down my thighs. I have them on my calves. I have them on my elbows. I don't know if you can see them, but I have them everywhere except for, fortunately, my boobs. So after I had my daughter, I was under the impression, that because my mom lost all the weight after she had me, because I was her first child, that I was going to lose all the weight quickly. She had gained upwards of 70 pounds when she was pregnant with me, and I had gained 50 when I was pregnant with my daughter. So I was thinking it was just going to melt away. I was going to go back to my flat belly with just some stretch marks. And she's 10 weeks old, and I am just now barely able to fit my pre-pregnancy jeans. I am steadily losing the weight, I guess you could say, but I have not gone even close to my pre-pregnancy weight, which I worked hard to get to in the first place. So I'm exercising, I'm attempting to eat right, and I'm trying to do all this other stuff on top of it with being a mom. They say that being a mom, you're just going to lose a bunch of weight anyways because you're carrying around a child in the first place, which it does it does help a little bit, but not a lot. Here, baby. So, I guess, don't expect a lot. We're not supermodels. We're not celebrities. Unless you're extremely fortunate and you have amazing genetics, you're not going to lose the weight instantly. I lost a ton of weight right off the bat. I was, I'm going to get down to the nitty gritty here, but I was 220 when I gave birth to her. And you get a lot of your stretch marks in the last trimester. I didn't have any stretch marks until basically a week before I gave birth. And then because you're pumped so full of fluids when you're in labor, they keep you hooked up to an IV that you essentially gain even more weight because of it. So I don't know exactly how much I was, but I know it was around 220. And I am currently about 168. So I've lost a lot of weight, and I still have about 20 pounds to go before I lose all my pre-pregnancy weight, or my pregnancy weight, and then I would like to lose 20 pounds on top of that, depending on my body. But everything changes after you have, like, when you're pregnant. Your hips widen a ton. And they take a while to go back. I mean, I could feel my hips moving back after I had her. You have all this bloat, you have stretched skin. I mean, they really should post pictures of women, like real women in movies, because I can tell you right now, I don't think my belly is attractive at all. Like, it's, the best word I could use to define it is scrunchy. It's like when you overstretch a rubber band and it doesn't go back to the way it was before. And I know a lot of women that, I mean, are able to go back to being flat washboard abs, but majority of us are not that lucky, and we actually have to work towards it. So just be prepared. Once you have your baby, your whole body, not your life, but your body changes. Your boobs change. I remember my boobs, I'm not going to say sagged, but they got, I wouldn't say droopy, but because of issues with breastfeeding, like I mentioned in the last video, they just are not as perky as they were before. And they change in shape, they change in size. Mine seem to be still growing, which is extremely odd, but yeah, and I'm glad I didn't retain a lot of the water weight, but I did retain a lot of the weight in general. And my doctor really never had an issue with my weight when I was pregnant. She said everybody gains weight at their own cause, I guess. So that was a lot of benefit towards me. But I had a healthy baby, and I attribute that to some of the weight that I gained because she was premature. But just don't be hard on yourself, especially after you have your baby, because I've been told this a lot, and it's finally starting to click. It took you 9 months to put it on. It's going to take you at least that much to take it off. So, you know, just eat healthy. Make sure you're eating, because if you don't eat, I will admit I don't want to eat. I just think, oh, if I don't eat, I don't have anything to put weight on. But when you do start to eat, your body is going to hold on to that, and it's going to think that you're starving, so it's going to fat compact, I guess it's called, and then you will gain weight, like, rapidly. So just eat healthy and try to eat as much as you can, like the small meals, like instead of 3 big meals, do smaller meals throughout the day. And just try to, like, get a little bit of exercise. Even if it's 20 minutes a day, I do, like, a 20-minute workout a day, so my heart rate is elevated. So you just have to make sure that, you know, if you want to lose the weight, you're actively trying to lose the weight, not just, oh, I guess it'll come off when it comes off because I put it on and I need to take it off kind of thing. In addition to that, like, don't expect to fit into your pre-pregnancy jeans again. I know a lot of people that didn't or never have been able to, and I know a lot of people that did quickly. I have a family member that lost all of her pregnancy weight. Like, she was one of the lucky ones, like, instantaneously. But she was also a twig to begin with, and she never ate, like, in general. I am not one of the lucky ones. I have friends that were sick the whole time they were pregnant, so they were already under their pre-pregnancy weight after they had the baby. There's a lot of factors into having your baby. I know if you have a C-section, it's a lot harder to lose the weight because you don't naturally, I'm using quotes, naturally expel it. So there's that with your body. And then last week I was at Walmart waiting to get a formula for my daughter, and the lady was checking on it, and I had a couple come through the baby section looking like surprisingly lost. So I figured, I like to help people when I can, and I like to, I kind of like put my input in. And I said, if I could give you the biggest word of advice, is that your pack and play, because they were buying a pack and play, but they kept picking one and putting it back. I said, that is the best thing you could ever have. So I wanted to give some first-time moms some advice on really the needs and don't needs. Like, I've lived it for 10 weeks now. So I don't have a crib. I will fully say that. I do not have a crib. Not one. I have a pack and play. The pack and play has a bassinet, and it has one of the bassinets where you can flip it and it turns into a changing table bassinet. Well, I never used the changing pad area because I just would put her on the bed, and I would just change her on the bed or the couch or wherever she was. I really don't think a changing table is necessary really either, but that's personal preference. So I just put the pack and play in my room next to me on the bed, and I put her in the bassinet part, and I put all her stuff that she would need for the night or the week in the part next to her, because the bassinet kind of cradled her, and I was able to put her in there. As a new mom, you're getting up 3 to 4 times a night in the first place. So you really don't want to be walking into another room. Also, it really helped with the anxiety of being a new mom and worrying about SIDS, because I was worried that she was going to die in her sleep, and I would never wake up because I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. I still am to this day, but I've learned to wake up to her whimpers. So it's a little easier on first-time moms to have that stuff with you. I also say a swing. I would say that have this swing, and I love it. It rotates, so it swings this way, and then it swings this way as well. And I absolutely love it because it helps a ton with if you need to put the baby down and you're worried about the baby. It helps a ton with holding the baby, and she'll actually slept in it for like the first couple weeks. She rarely does now, but she's also struggling taking naps because she's so awake and alert. I mean, as you can see. But also she, I would say a boppy, or I have a mambo. Those are excellent, especially if you're breastfeeding. They help a ton. They also help a ton with tummy time and several other things that they could do. She likes to just lay in it. She would sleep in it. She would sleep in it sideways, actually, when I first had her. But now she really doesn't like to sit in it at all because she wants to be sitting up, and it doesn't quite sit up enough for her. I think really, other than that, clothes and diapers are really great to stock up on, like get accessories, but I really don't think you need all that extensive stuff. I don't even have, I have a little bit of toys, but they really don't start interacting with toys until they're about 5 months old, and then they'll start interacting with toys. So I'm planning on getting her some stuff like that for Christmas so she can have some toys and stuff. But I really think that you really just need the basic essentials for when they're like up to about 4 months old, and then you can start getting the other stuff. I mean, if you get it and then have it because it was gifted to you, that's great. But I really think that some of the stuff you really only need is somewhere for them to sleep and somewhere for them to, lay down if you're not in bed with them. Because I have her in my room and she sleeps in her bed great. And then I have her in the living room, and I kind of just put her on the couch, or I put her in her mambo, or I put her in the swing, and she does perfectly fine. She's just now starting to interact with toys, and that's really all she has at the moment, because we're planning on getting more for like Christmas and stuff. But like all that stuff is really all you need. So yeah, if you need any more advice, or I don't know, maybe next week I'll get more advice. But I'm gonna wrap up this week's video and put my sleepy baby down for a nap. So I'll see everybody next week. Maybe my week will go a little better. Fingers crossed for me, and we'll see you guys later.